Okay, if you're thinking of upgrading your RX 6800 XT or your RX 7800 XT to the latest RX 9070 XT, yes, you should. However, there might be some things wherein you will actually regress compared to progress. So, in this video, we're going to run the RX 7800 XT and the RX 9070 XT on these games. And we'll run it on 1440p and 4K on real-world settings. And for those who are new to the channel, these are our methodology for testing. Okay, enough with the intro. Let's go. Call of Duty Warzone. We've got 1440p in here and running FSR 3 or 4 depending on the video card. And right off the bat, we can see that we are gaining some FPS with the RX 9070 XT. The lows are more or less the same. So even if we go through our firing benchmark, the lows, they're pretty similar. Right? But you do gain on the average FPS. In terms of power consumption, you can see that they're really close. So yeah, you're getting a bit more FPS here from roughly the same power. In Apex Legends competitive settings 1440p and our heavy action stage, you can see that we're getting definitely higher FPS here with our RX 9070 XT. Do note that we have reached our maximum cap here of 300 FPS. Stability wise, yes, you do get a little bit of stability as well with RX 9070 XT. However, on our static scenes, they're roughly the same. Yeah, like a slight lead on the RX 9070 XT. It'll be interesting how this one fares out when we go to 4K. And Delta Force 1440p native, no upscalers in here, and this is where we run a problem with our RDNA 3 card. That frame time, those status and the frame times, that's an issue in the real game as well. The RX 9070 XT does lead the RX 7800 XT. However, besides the FPS lead, it's the stability, boys. Look at the stability between these two cards. I don't know what AMD is doing. You really need to fix the RDNA 3 and RDNA 2 because we've been having problems with the gameplay with Delta Force. On the firing shots, yeah, same thing. The advantage goes to the RX 9070 XT. And Marvel Rivals, look at that one. That's a 30% more FPS with the RX 9070 XT compared to the RX 7800 XT. And we've got 1440p competitive settings here with FSR quality turned on. Now the power consumption is about 300 watts on the 9070 XT, whereas the 7800 XT is at around 260 to 270 watts. Okay, let's move on to the games which require a whole lot of FPS, and most of these games may be CPU bound. First up is Fortnite. Now, what we're looking in here is the driver overhead, because even though we're not fully utilizing the GPU, it may seem like there will be some difference in performance, and we do see a little bit of that in here. Now, that's about like maybe 2%, 3% a difference between both cards, although the lows, the 0.1% low specifically, is a regression with the RX 9070 XT. And in terms of power consumption, you do see that it's a bit fluctuating depending on the clock speeds of both cards, and this is a known AMD issue wherein the clock speed in Fortnite performance mode is just not stable. Valorant is another game which require a whole lot of FPS, and in here on our running and even on our heavy action benchmark, we do gain on the average FPS. However, the lows tend to be not so good compared to the RX 7800 XT, and that's because in our RX 7800 XT we've fully utilized this card compared to the 9070 XT. It'll be interesting to see how this one fares out when we go to 4K. But as mentioned, that's about 1000 FPS. That's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. PUBG is a DX11 title which really scales very well in terms of GPU capabilities, and we can see that in here. That's about 35% gains on the running benchmark and 30% gains as well on the low. So that's pretty sizable lead. When we go to our heavy mortar scene, the lead still goes with RX 9070, although it's a bit lower, 21%, 80% on the lows. However, that's a huge improvement over the RX 7800 XT. In Helldivers 2, it carries on. We're getting about 18% better performance compared to our RX 7800 XT, regardless if we're on the Gatling benchmark or on our stratagem benchmark. Definitely getting a significant gain here with the RX 9070 XT. And on Battle of Exile 2, it's the same story here. Now we are GPU bound for both of our cards. Battle of Exile 2 requires a whole lot of GPU power, even though we've set it up to 1440p with mixed settings, and we've enabled FSR as well. We're still gaining about 52% compared to our RX 7800 XT, so that's a pretty good gain if you're playing this RPG. And finally, we have CyberPunk 2077. This is ultra 1440p resolution with FSR 3 turned on. It's about almost 30% gains as well, so that's a pretty good improvement over the RX 7800 XT. Now we're both GPU bottleneck in here as well, so yeah. And boys, before we proceed, if you're loving the content, please hit that like button or subscribe to the channel. That really helps us a lot. Okay, let's move on to 4K gameplays, and this is where the RX 9070 XT is going to shine over the older RX 7800 XT. And first up is Warzone, and on our running and firing benchmark, that's what, 38% gains over the RX 7800 XT. Even the lows, we're getting like a good chunk on the lows compared to the RX 7800 XT. This is 4K with FSR 3 upscalers turned on, and yeah, you can see it's pretty good. In Apex Legends, it's the same story. We are getting much more FPS and stability on our RX 9070 XT compared to our RX 7800 XT. We are both GPU bound in here, and on our static scenes, we're running what, 245 FPS on the RX 9070 XT compared to about 180 with the older generation. In Delta Force, we are still getting the same issue with our RDNA 3 card. That's why the RX 9070 XT is pretty good here over the older generation. If you are an RDNA 3 or 2 user, please submit a bug report, because this has been going on for a long time. Regardless if we're on a whatever benchmark, the RX 9070 XT is just the superior card here, so definitely worth the upgrade. And Marvel Rivals 4K, we did have some upscalers in here for both our cards, and we can see that the RX 9070 XT definitely has about 32% lead over the RX 7800 XT. However, the lows are pretty bad for both cards. I mean, it's about 63 1% lows versus 56 1% lows on the older card, and the 7800 XT does have like better 0.1% lows. However, I probably wouldn't be playing Marvel Rivals at 4K on both of these cards, because you really need that FPS in this game with everything that's going on. In Fortnite performance mode, 4K resolution, the performance is more or less the same. However, we do get slightly better average FPS on our RX 7800 XT compared to the newer 9070 XT. The lows are more or less the same. The 0.1% lows probably would go to the 9070 XT, but yeah, that's if you're playing Fortnite, it's probably not worth upgrading, and that's considering we're both GPU bottleneck in these scenarios. Unlike Fortnite and Valorant 4K, man, really huge gains for the RX 9070 XT. We're both GPU bottleneck in here, and look at that, 9070 XT just pushing it over 70% gains compared to the RX 7800 XT. Don't get me wrong, 400 FPS at 4K is still pretty good. However, would you like 400 or 793? I know what I want. And in PUBG, the trend goes the same way. We're getting significant gains with the RX 9070 over the RX 7800 XT. Both cards are GPU bottleneck, and in terms of power, that's about like 30 watts difference compared to the RX 7800 XT, regardless of if we're on the running or on the mortar benchmark. Helldivers 2 is the same story. We're both GPU bottleneck in here on both cards, and we're getting about 25% better frames on the RX 9070 XT compared to the RX 7800 XT. Same thing, the power is more or less the same, 300 watts on the RX 9070 XT and 277 watts on the RX 7800 XT. Battle of Exile 2 doesn't work really well with AMD cards at this stage. However, despite that, we're still getting significant gains over the RX 7800 XT at 4K with FSR turned on. So yeah, that's about 43%, I think 49% difference between these two cards. So yeah, And finally, we have CyberPunk 2077. This is Ultra 4K with upscalers turned on, FSR 3, and we're getting about 40% more FPS on the RX 9070 XT compared to the older 7800 XT. And we don't have any ray tracing turned on at this stage, but look at that, the game looks good, right? Now the results are really good for the RX 9070 XT. You can see that in 4040p you will get some gains, maybe some losses on certain CPU bound games, and I think this is with the driver overhead. However, when we put to 4K, man, that's just a different league right there. You will gain a whole lot of FPS compared to our RX 7800 XT, or if you're on that RX 6800 XT, which is essentially the same thing. Now, if you're also wondering, hey, how does the RX 9070 XT stack against the RX 5070? Yes, you've gone through all the references on the 5070 Ti, but what about the 5070? Well, you're lucky because we've done a video on that one right here. So click that one and I'll see you guys over there.